On this first day of Black History Month, we're learning more about the president's plan to nominate the first black female to the U.S. Supreme Court. President Biden says he will make his pick by the end of February. 3 names are widely considered to be the front runners. First up, California State Supreme Court Justice Leondra Kruger. We also got D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson and Michelle Childs. She's a federal judge on the District Court in South Carolina. President Biden and Madam Vice President Harris meeting with the Senate Judiciary Committee's highest-ranking members to talk about potential nominees and the nomination process. Now, at that meeting, President Biden says he wants party consent and advice while considering the nomination. As mentioned, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is considered one of the frontrunners to fill that seat on the Supreme Court. She certainly has the qualifications and is reportedly on Biden's shortlist. All right, that's where we go to find BNC's White House correspondent, Rarione Maniece. She is live with a look at her accomplishments. Ariana, break them down for us.
Yeah, Tashani, she's definitely a qualified candidate. Her work inside the courtroom has garnered the attention of a past as well as the current president. She's also being endorsed by some of the most prominent black lawyers and judges.
The person I will nominate will be someone with extraordinary qualifications, character, experience, and integrity. And that person will be the first black woman ever nominated to the United States Supreme Court.
Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson has emerged as one of the black women to potentially fill the Supreme Court seat of Justice Stephen Breyer.
The independence of the judicial branch is crucial.
Jackson was born in Washington, D.C. and raised in Miami, Florida.
We've lost that very important check that the founders wanted us to have.
From South Florida, Jackson went on to study at Harvard, where she later became a lawyer. In the early days of her legal career, she worked in private practice as a public defender and clerk for Justice Stephen Breyer.
Our National Bar Association highly respects Justice Breyer and wants someone with a similar ideology taking his place.
Jackson has also served as vice chairman of the U.S. Sentencing Commission. Appointed by President Obama, she helped rewrite guidelines to reduce recommended penalties for drug-related offenses.
In the criminal justice sphere, I believe she's going to have some enlightenment that other justices may not have.
And in 2012, Obama nominated her to serve as a district court judge.
Now, our politics may differ, but my praise for Ketanji's intellect, for her character, for her integrity, it's unequivocal. She's an amazing person, and I favorably recommend your consideration.
During the confirmation hearing, former Republican House Speaker Paul Ryan testified on her behalf. Jackson shares an interesting connection to Ryan, as her husband, Patrick Jackson's twin brother, married Ryan's sister.
I am here to serve as a character witness. May not know this, but we're a family by marriage. And I'd like to introduce her family because they're here with us today, and we're all extremely proud of her.
While sitting on the bench of the U.S. District Court in D.C., Jackson worked on several high-profile cases. Among them, she ordered former White House counsel Don McGahn to appear before Congress as part of the impeachment inquiry into President Donald Trump. In her ruling, she stated presidents are not kings. This means they do not have subjects bound by loyalty or blood whose destiny they are entitled to control. Jackson's experience most recently caught the attention of President Biden. In Biden's push to nominate a diverse set of judges, he elevated her to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit.
Well, Senator, I think it is one of the bedrocks of the rule of law, which, as you know, is a foundational constitutional principle. It is what everything in our government is really erected around.
She was confirmed with the support of 3 Senate Republicans, Senators Susan Collins, Lindsey Graham, and Lisa Murkowski.
Do their duty.
While the verdict is still out on whether she'll make Biden's short list of Supreme Court nominees, her reputation in public service has positioned her to make history.
It's just wonderful that the president has so many wonderful picks to choose from. I do not envy him at all because, I mean, it's going to be a hard decision to determine which of the eminently qualified black women, which one of them get the nod.
Now, another high-profile case that Jackson has ruled on was a recent opinion ordering the Trump White House to hand over documents to the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection. This case could also potentially appear before the Supreme Court.